Now, Hong Kong is set to inject another $3.1 billion into the economy to counter the effects of the pandemic. It's the third round of relief funding this year. The city has reported no new local cases for the first time in 3 months. Starting Friday, some restrictions will be eased. Roland Lim has more.
Yes, nearly $2 billion of the total package of $3 billion will be set aside for virus prevention measures, including the purchase of vaccines, increasing surveillance and testing. About $690 million, that's around a quarter of the new relief package, will take the form of subsidies to businesses devastated by the economic fallout. Tourism, food and beverage, hospitality, among some of the hardest hit. The government will also be dishing out concessions on government rents worth some $770 million. Now that would take the city's fiscal reserves down to over $100 billion, I should say. That's a similar level to the post-SARS period. So far, the government has actually forked out some $37 billion. That's around 10% of GDP in directly related COVID-19 relief measures since the pandemic began, and that included handouts as well as tax reliefs. Separately, the final bill towards the citywide universal testing scheme has come in. Now, the government has spent $68 million on the virus testing, including the wages for the medical staff and other personnel, but doesn't include the testing costs paid by the mainland. A total of 1.78 million people voluntarily took part in the testing program. So far, 42 cases were detected. Chief Executive Mrs. Carrie Lam dismissed criticisms about its cost effectiveness.
The effectiveness and the success of public health lies in keeping people safe, keeping the people away from disease, infections, and so on. And I will just add that in this term of government, with my own conviction in primary health care and supported by the Secretary for Food and Health, we are trying to sort of shift more attention to primary health care, whether it is in the public health arena, in the health promotion, disease prevention, screening.
And while the city isn't totally back to its more relaxed, safe distancing measures back in June, the Health Secretary has decided to extend dining-in services at restaurants by 2 extra hours until midnight. Now, bars, swimming pools, karaoke parlors, as well as both the Disney theme park and Ocean Park will reopen from Friday. But restrictions like the ban on public gatherings of more than 4 people are still in place, as well as the requirement to wear masks while in public venues, whether indoors or outdoors.